I want to read to you a response to that tweet. And this is Icarus62. Don't know who it is. But here is the response. Only atheism is rationally justifiable. There's no evidence at all for any gods and never has been. Reason tells us they're all invented. Now, I read this to you because this kind of, I don't even want to call it a response, this kind of reaction comes up a lot when theists make the kind of case. It wasn't just a claim that I made, it was a case. The case for a lawgiver, the case for a designer, the case for a creator. I'm making a case. It's because the nature of the thing requires something to adequately explain it. And in reaction, not response, a response responds to the points. This reaction is just gainsaying. What's gainsaying? Gainsaying is saying, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Well, it seems to me you got to do better than just saying, no, it ain't, than gainsaying it in order to address a case that's been made. But this happens all the time. Only atheism is rationally justifiable. Okay, wait a minute. I just made the point, 3 of them, to show that the atheist is making a claim that seems to fly into the face of the facts. And he says, no, it ain't. Your view is not justifiable at all, and atheism is the only justifiable one. All right, show me why the things I said don't follow, and explain how atheism follows being justifiable rationally from the existence of transcendent moral laws, as witnessed to by the problem of evil, the origin of the universe, and the apparent very intricate design of the universe. Show me why atheism is a better explanation and therefore rationally justifiable. You said more than that, Icarus. You said only atheism is rationally justifiable. See, I address this in Street Smarts in the chapter on atheism because this is an end around. This is what atheists will say, there is no evidence. Well, wait a minute. I just gave you 3 types of evidence. There's a difference between offering evidence that is not adequate to the task and offering no evidence at all. But I offered some evidence, and actually, it's not bad. Many, many people have found this compelling. Smart people. All right. So it seems at bare minimum to a fair-minded person that this is at least a case, which is what I said. But this atheist simply says only atheism is rationally justifiable. Can you tell me why that's the case? There's no evidence at all for any gods. This is the second statement. Well, first show me why atheism itself is even rationally justifiable, first of all, which you haven't done. And then you have to say only atheism is rationally justifiable, and then you have to show that the evidence I offer doesn't even qualify for evidence of any kind. And then the final statement, reason tells us they're all invented. Tell me what it is about the nature of reason, about the laws of reason or rationality, or the practice of rational disputation, of working something out based on reason, how that tells us that every God is an invented God. What I just did is gave 3 reasons to explain 3 features that are evident to virtually everybody in the world. With regards to design, even Richard Dawkins says the biological realm is a complex realm that gives the appearance, at least, of having been designed for a purpose. That's the first line of The Blind Watchmaker. So at least even Richard Dawkins, the most famous atheist in the world, at least is willing to admit that things look like they're designed. And therefore, the conclusion that the things that look like they're designed actually have been designed is not bizarre. It's plausible. It's, shall I use this word, rational. Now, it could be mistaken, of course. There are lots of things that are rationally plausible that are mistaken. And in fact, you can have philosophical discussions. I have a master's degree in philosophy, read a lot of philosophy books in which you have different people making contrary points using a logical line of thinking to make their points. Well, they can't both be right, but both of them are making logical cases. So one wouldn't say to the other, there is no reason whatsoever to believe it. That's totally irrational. Not likely they would say that when a rational argument has just been given, unless there's some kind of hidden problem that creates a circularity or that turns out to create a self-refuting kind of set of circumstances. A thing could be valid but not sound. But this atheist is just simply is making three statements that just fly in the face of the claims that I just made. And when I say fly in the face, I mean they are just raw, no it ain't, no it ain't, no it ain't. Okay, why not? And this is all I'm asking for. If atheists are going to disagree with the rationale or rationales in this case that are offered for the existence of God, well, all right. But you have to disagree for a reason. You can't just say, no, it ain't. Only atheism is rationally justifiable. Wait, I just made a rational justification for creation, a creator, in three different areas. Creator of design, creator of the universe, creator of morality. Okay? So if it's not, what I just did doesn't work, you got to tell me why. And then you got to tell me even how atheism is rationally justifiable in light of these things. And if you say there's no evidence for any gods and never has been, then you've got to deal with the evidence that has been placed before you. You can't just say that's not evidence. That's not it. But this happens all the time. Friends, do not be, in a sense, intellectually bullied by this kind of language.